So, Patrick, what is your personal connection to veterans or military families?
Well, I am one, right? So I've got a personal connection there. And I work almost exclusively with whether they're active duty veterans, families, and I also come from a military family. So, connected in just about every way you can imagine.
Okay. So, Pat, what is your personal connection to veterans or military families?
Yeah, so several of my family members served in the military. A couple did Vietnam, one in Korea. So kind of a legacy in my family, but then also, I served and did some time in Afghanistan as well. So
Okay.
we have a pretty constant lineage there of it.
Now, was this a connection directly to the Marine Corps, or is this spread out over a couple different branches? Where does that go?
No, I was the only one who wanted to be the best. So that's why I was the only Marine in the family. The rest were all in the Army.
Okay, that's adorable.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to go somewhere. Man, was there a specific moment or experience that made you realize that veterans were being underserved financially?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you step off base and you see what serves, whether it's active duty or veterans right there, you can see that there's more of a predatory system there for them. But I think a lot of companies will lean very hard into veterans because it's an easy market to go after. And it's something that's always really stuck in my craw is I feel almost offended when you're not an actual veteran who kind of preys on that population of people. So I think, with VFC, with direct insurance services, what my goal has always been is to actually work with veterans and actually care about them because they're people, it's a brotherhood, right? And I don't want to see them get taken advantage of or not be set up for success in the future.
Well, I also think there's an element of taking care of our own, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
And we know that everybody's a battle buddy, right? And we can commit to that out of the gate. I know what you mean about some of the predatory stuff, and it just doesn't sit right with me either. Oh, you were gonna say something.
All I was gonna say is, and when we all exit the military, right? The thing I think you miss most, I mean, outside of the mission, is the camaraderie. And we're trying to create a way to make sure that that still exists, and still have that feeling of closeness with those brothers, because it is a lifetime.
Well, I think one of the game changers of VFC is it's not just insurance, it's not just mortgage, it's not just benefits. It's this whole approach to how do we set somebody that wrote that check, up to and including my life. How do we set those guys up in service or post service so they get all the benefits they deserve and we already have enough demons that we're fighting day to day, right? So how do they have the cleanest future, the brightest future possible for them and their families? So I love that whole person approach that VFC has to happen. You have all these specialties that will prey on people for this sector of business or this discipline. But to have the resources to bring all this stuff together for a vet's pretty powerful, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, a one-stop shop where the people you're working with care about you, have the expertise, have the experience, and are going to do right by you.
Yeah.
And make sure they guide you to the finish line in the correct way.
Do right by it. You were talking about how we have that sense of camaraderie. I think, too, amongst veterans, we have our own complete language. We have our own morbid sense of humor. We have all those things which almost out of the gate kind of ties you to people because you're like, oh, okay, we're speaking the same language. And a lot of times, to no one's fault, the civilian world or business world doesn't always speak that language. Yeah. So I love the kind of the translation you're able to bring to the table to help people understand things and help move them forward. Yeah. That's impactful, man.